Zelensky was mocked by Trump again, and the Tomahawk missiles are completely out of the question. Trump is also set to meet with Putin in Hungary. Hague's petty actions are nothing short of a humiliation to Ukraine. According to Reuters, on the very day Zelensky flew to the United States, Trump once again spoke with Putin over the phone. After the call, Trump enthusiastically posted on social media, saying the conversation was highly constructive and achieved significant progress, while also announcing a planned face-to-face meeting with Putin in Budapest, Hungary. Zelensky and his team were dumbfounded at the time, as Trump immediately delivered a harsh blow to Ukraine. On October 17th, when Zelensky met with Trump, the scene was even more awkward. Upon learning that Trump had reached a consensus with Putin and refused to provide Ukraine with Tomahawk missiles, Zelensky was truly frustrated, even proposing to exchange thousands of Ukrainian drones for American Tomahawk missiles. But Trump simply ignored it, especially after the press conference following his phone call with Putin. Trump has clearly told reporters that the U.S. also needs Tomahawk missiles, hinting that it won't easily provide them to Ukraine, essentially giving Putin face. With just a phone call, Trump was effectively neutralized. Putin's tactics are truly formidable. Moreover, it's even more telling that U.S. Defense Secretary Leghorn wore a tie in the colors of the Russian flag during his meeting with Zelensky. Such subtle gestures are sending signals. Don't expect the U.S. to side unconditionally with you. Trump's orchestrated moves are far too masterful. First, call Putin to warm up and set a meeting time, then turn around and meet Zelensky with an ambiguous attitude, neither explicitly refusing to provide weapons nor offering substantial commitments, keeping Ukraine in limbo. This diplomatic tactic is called strategic ambiguity, where bluntly put, it means not offending either side while trying to leverage both. On the 16th, first call Putin to calm Russia down, schedule a Budapest meeting, then meet with Zelensky on the 17th. The polite words are said, the proper demeanor is maintained, but nothing substantive is offered. This move looks like a performance for Putin, and for him, it's another win. A single phone call made the U.S. temporarily abandon the Tomahawk missiles and even humiliated Zelensky along the way. Putin truly understands Trump, knowing exactly what to say to please him. Flattery, praise, and a meeting invitation. Trump immediately softened up, setting aside all talk of Tomahawk missiles and maximum pressure tactics. Zelensky is really in a tough spot right now. On one hand, Ukraine urgently needs more powerful weapons on the battlefield. On the other hand, the U.S. stance is currently ambiguous and wavering. Moreover, Trump clearly prefers making a deal with Putin over continuing to support Ukraine. This visit to the United States was a complete disaster for Zelensky. He came with high hopes only to be met with rejection and further humiliated by Trump in front of the entire world. The plans made on the plane, the prepared speeches, and the exchange proposals all became null and void in the face of Trump's phone call with Putin. Now it's Zelensky's turn to suffer. If the meeting between Trump and Putin in Budapest succeeds, Ukraine's fate may no longer be in its own hands. What Zelensky can probably do now is just keep running around the international stage trying to win support from European countries. The problem is that Europe may speak sweetly, but when it comes to actually providing real money and substantial military aid, it still has to look to the United States for approval. If Trump reaches an agreement with Putin, Europe is likely to follow suit. What's more ironic is that during this visit to the United States, Zelensky canceled his originally scheduled speech at a think tank. The outside world is speculating whether it's because the White House advised against speaking, given that Trump and Putin have scheduled a meeting. If Zelensky rounds up to scold Russia in this moment, isn't that just giving Trump more ammunition? Zelensky has been outwitted by Trump once again, but even more pitiful is that he has to force a smile despite his displeasure. Once the United States is provoked, both Ukraine and Zelensky will likely face significant troubles.